Today we're going to be talking about the Englund Gambit, named after the Swedish player Fritz Englund. So it is a response to d4, and it is e5. So this looks weird at first. Black's just giving up a free pawn, so why not take it, obviously. And knight to c6, trying to obviously win back the pawn. And the first thing that comes to anyone's mind is, let's save the pawn that we just won. So knight to f3. And it should be noted that f4 is met with d6, and this actually has roughly equal chances for both sides. I'm not going to go into this analysis because I just want to stick with the trap, but you can look at this more yourself. You're probably never going to see it though. So knight to f3, queen to e7, trying to win back the pawn obviously, and again the first thing that probably came to your mind was let's protect the pawn. And a move that works is bishop to f4. So the e-pawn is protected. However, did white miss queen to b4 check? So this forks the king and the bishop, and it forces the bishop to retreat. Because obviously, let's say the knight interposes, well, the bishop is hanging, and let's say that the queen interposes, well, here, and bishop to b4 pinning the queen. So we obviously don't want that, and the bishop's just going to move back. So queen takes b2, and now this is where the trap either works or fails for black. If white makes the mistake of playing bishop to c3, the trap has worked. Now bishop to c3 looks like a good move. In fact, it's probably the first thing that came to a lot of people's minds. You protect the rook, you attack the queen, everything looks fine, until white realizes that they underestimated the powerful bishop to b4, pinning the white bishop to the king. And now, white is pretty much lost. Queen to d2, and there's no escape for white here. After bishop takes c3, knight takes c3, black will win the rook on a1. And the game is over for white. So that's the trap. How do you stop it? Well, you stop it by not playing the obvious bishop to c3. It's actually an interesting move that, if you look at it, you'll see why. Knight to c3. This move may not force the queen to move away right away. However, it does protect the rook, and it gets everything that you need to get done. And now, obviously, after bishop to b4, rook to b1, queen moves to a3, rook to b3, queen to a5, a3, bishop takes knight, then bishop takes knight, queen to c5, e3, knight g to e7, and bishop to d3. This is where you would come if you don't fall for the trap. And actually, this favors white because of the substantial lead in development. You can see white has all of his pieces active, attacking the center of the board, and you can see black still has this bishop trapped behind pawns. The pieces aren't that mobile, and it just favors white, as you can see. So again, the purpose of us showing you this trap is not for you to play it as black. It's for you to not fall for it if you're playing white.